Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to askNK. Today we're taking a look at Cloud Paint version 2, and this is an amazing stylized cloud generator that is made available by Cassie. Now version 2 comes with an all new cloud generator system with amazing presets that are entirely different from version 1, and this is a separate procedural system which is not a variation of the original one, but it is built to make every cloud that you simply create here fully procedural and editable, making it easier for you to change both shape, color, and style depending on what you're going for. And right now, for those who like to grab this, you can simply go over to the link in the description. They'll bring you right here where you'll be able to grab this for 25% off. And for those who like to get the coupon code for that, I'm going to link this one in the description, so you go ahead and check it out. Like we mentioned earlier, this tool is pretty interesting and allows you to create very nice, stylized, and interesting clouds easily. And today we're simply going to take a look at it so that you can see how this actually works. And with that said, let's dive right into Blender and explore this beautiful tool. So with Blender simply open up right here, how you get to work with this one is super easy. All you need to do is to drag and drop the add-on right inside of your viewport and click on OK to install it. To confirm if this has been installed, all you need to do is to go over to Edit, go over to Preference, and right here within your add-ons, you would notice that the Cloud Paint is now here. Next thing to do is to click on the burger menu, save your preference, and close the window. Now if you tap N on the keyboard, you would notice that we've got the Cloud Paint right here. By default, once you click on this, you would notice that we have a good number of clouds. And like we mentioned, version 2 comes with some nice stuff, and you can also see the version 2 Plus, which comes with even more nicer stuff. And to work with any of these things is as easy as selecting any of the ones that you want, and then you can import it. Before we import that, let's go ahead and get rid of the cube. Click on the Fix EV setting so that it fixes it nicely, so we can have nice renders, and we can click on Import, and this brings it right in. If we like to bring in another one, we can move our cursor point to maybe somewhere, click right here, find a new one, and import that too. And you can actually tell what the differences are between the previous one and the new one. If we back up a bit, let's actually move that cursor right here and bring in another one, maybe something like that. Click on import, you can automatically see that we have something even way nicer than the first one. So what has happened is Cassie has reworked this entire thing, and it looks brilliant. Now for you to control these clouds is very easy. So to any of them that you have selected, you can go over to the control panel where you have access to parameters. Now from the parameters is where you can make changes to both density and also variations and stuff like this. If you choose to preview these and make all these changes, that is where you actually see even more nicer features that this offers. I don't really think that the viewport, like if you're working with the viewport shading, that it does a good job at this. Working with this when rendered gives you a nicer idea of what you're going to be doing. And I would also suggest that if you would like to just do very simple renders, you can box up certain parts just to be sure of what you're doing, and then you can proceed to play with it and get very clean result. If you like to make changes to the color, maybe you want to make changes to how the shading actually looks, these are all totally fine and you can do just that. And because this is stylized, you can actually go wild with the kind of things that you can do with it. One thing to keep in mind is this works best in Eevee. So if you're playing with the sun, for example, of course you can actually go ahead and rotate this to get some nicer looking result. You can select any of this stuff and make changes like we just mentioned. Another cool and interesting feature which is also here has to do with the fact that you can create your very own stylized clouds. If you take a look at the library, you will notice that I've got the cloud assets, the cloud generator, and the asset plus. What we've just explored are the assets. We haven't talked about the generators. So for generators, we can simply go over to the generator section and we can select any of the generator that we would like to work with. You do have different styles of generators that you can play with. So in this case, for example, if we select this one and we have our monkey head selected, we can go ahead and convert that to a cloud. So for that, before we do that actually, let's subdivide this by 3. And I'm just going to go in here and apply that. Of course, you can use anything and do stuff. So once we have that ready, I can click on Cloud Generator and automatically that creates a cloud. And we can go ahead and scale this down, move it off to whatever we want. If we like this to just fill the mesh, we can turn it on and then it fills the mesh automatically, and we can turn this off as well. If we like to have animations with this, we can turn on animations, and once we press the playback button, you would notice that we've got animation with this one. If we bounce this all the way back and turn this up, we can also play with the cloud density. So we can reduce that, we can increase that, depending on what we are going for. If you like to make modifications to this, once you press your tab key, you're back in this mode, and from here, you'll be able to select paths and move things around. So if I move this all the way to that point, and we press the tab key, of course, you can start seeing that nice looking cloud. We can also play with all of these other parameters and settings that exist right here. If we like to make changes to the highlights, we can of course go ahead and make those changes. Now, if we're not happy with what we have here, and maybe for some reason we would like to change it, we can delete that, click right here, find another one that we think it's worthy, and we can have this object selected. Click on that, and then we can still make those changes too. At the same time, to the clouds that you've already brought in, for example, a cloud like this, we can also make changes to this one. So once you have that cloud selected, if you press your tab key, you can select various paths. So maybe, for example, we would like to just select paths like so, move this around, we can. So I can actually extend that, scale this if we want. You know, you pretty much have everything in terms of creating stylized clouds to make any kind of cloud that you want with this one. So once we press our tab key all the way out, you can now see it. Let's go back to our rendered view and you can see it. At the same time, you can actually be within your whole rendered view and make some changes. Press the tab key to see that, and you can do so much with it. So if you're thinking about modifying the clouds that you already have, you do have access to that, and you can now go ahead and do some incredible stuff with it. So for stylized clouds, you do have this nice cloud tool that you can definitely go ahead and work with. So there is just a good number of things that you can do with this one if you're thinking about playing with clouds. So if you just want to bring in different kinds of clouds right inside of your scene, populate your scene and work faster, of course you do have these. You can go ahead and drag in as many of them as possible. Let's actually increase the sunlight because I think that is a little bit too small. Okay, so you can go ahead and bring in as many of these as you want, make changes to them, and create that nice stylized look that you're going for. And the Stylized Paint version 2.0 is now here, and this comes with a lot of cool things that you can now explore. And what we've just done is just scratch the surface of this tool, and you can go ahead and do more incredible things with it. So this is it. This is currently available for 25% off right now, and you can actually go over to Cassie Shift's page where you'll be able to find even more stuff on his page that are currently doing 25% off. At the same time, the folks at Superhive also have some nice cool bundles that I've already talked about before. So just in case any of this bundle interests you, you can simply come through and check it out. Speaking of bundles that might interest you, we did mention the character bundle some time ago. This character bundle is still here, and this comes with a ton of nice cool stuff, from animations to base meshes to VDMs all the way to some rigging tools that you can work with. All of these are now here, and you can simply go to town with them. Additionally, there's also a couple of other bundles that are right here, and I'm going to link them in the description. So this is it. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section, and until I see you guys in the next one, peace.